Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, and I'm finally back from vacation from my family's house. Why am I not on the screen? Well, I literally just got back, and I wanted to do a video with you all to talk about... Oh, and yeah, by the way, happy death payout day for Archangel. We're going to be talking about that today, but there's also a few other things that I want to talk about. It's not going to be a super long video, but... there's just a few things that have happened today, particularly, that I want to go over. So, if you're ready to go, then let's boil this down. Intro. Boilon. Flashing lights. Discord that doesn't work. And we're back. Okay, thanks for that, everybody. And the video's not over. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but... I did get a payout for death at 3 to 4%. Now, I'm pretty happy with this because this is pretty much where, you know, I'll be honest, I did like 3 runs. I did one, I did 2 on the first day, and I did another one later on. But throughout the last, basically, week while I've been away, I just did not have any desire to really push for this. I was spending a lot of family time. So, you know, I don't know about you all, and let me know in the comments down below. You know, this really impacted my desire to push for this because I just didn't care, at least for those of us who are spending, you know, family holiday time. And maybe, you know, that might have something to do with why the scores were the way they are, which is what I want to talk about in today's video, particularly how the leaderboard works, how the leaderboard did work, and what the scores are looking like right now. Now, before we do get into that, there's a particular web milestone that I want to kind of draw your attention to. Not these ones. These are the ones I'm going to claim. It's this one. So I find this part a little bit insulting. This is to do with the current week-long event here right now that we have with the gift of Gala, whatever the hell, the Gala gift. New Year's, you know, the one that's on right now. And it's 100 raid credits. This is absolutely... Now, I know it's primarily the 5,000 presents, which, frankly, is not a lot either. Over 7 days, this is 35,000, which is, like, not enough to really buy anything in the store. So I'm not really sure what this is really designed for, if it's going to push us to a threshold where you can buy something, but 35,000 is basically nothing on its own. The 100 raid credits is super insulting. That's like less than 1 raid node. And I realize it's for free, but this is absolute horse shit. And I'm going to claim that horse shit, but it's still really bad. That's just something really quickly that I wanted to raise before we get into the rest of it, because it's not great. So I want to raise this, though, and this is a screenshot given to me by Blue Vader, one of my mods on my Discord channel. And this was his low-level account at 103,800. This is basically a difficulty 1 clear, and it's very easy to get the efficiency points on this one because I actually got the same score on my baby account, yet I scored a little bit higher because I did it earlier on. And so when you score the same points, your ranking has to do with when you cleared it, as far as I'm aware, because my baby account is above this point. So about 200,000. Now, I don't remember how many days ago this was done. I didn't read that in the Discord. But still, 200,500, right? Okay, so let's talk about my payout. And we saw my payout, right? It was 3 to 4%. And so let's go into the event tab and see what our rank was. And because this is really important when we talk about the other Scourges and kind of where things are headed right now with Marvel Strike Force. So you can still review this. Find me. I scored 5,608. So yeah, I didn't get the top 5,000. That kind of sucked because we're going to talk about why that kind of sucks. And this got me 3 to 4%. So then you're thinking, well, okay, let's hypothetically that we got this many to rank, which is like 200,000. Then that means that 1% would be 2,000 players, right? You know, and you would think it that way. So that means that 3 to 4% would be somewhere. Let's round up. Let's be, you know, conservative here a little bit and say that, you know, maybe there were people behind this and maybe it was like 210,000 players. That would mean that 1% would be about 2,100, which means 2% is 4,200, which means that, you know, after you get the top 5,000 payout, because that's how far back it goes, then basically you are no longer getting 1 to 2% is impossible. It basically can't happen because there's not enough players. So the third percent would be, let's say, based on what I just said there, the 4,200 or whatever to, or 4,201 to 6,300 would be 3%. So for me, because yes, I did score, what did I say? 5,608, that lands me in the 3% margin. But the problem is that nobody is scoring in the 1 to 2% because that's basically within the top 5,000. Now, why I don't like this and why this has been a problem, actually for a little while now, I think, for a couple of Scourges, is because some of these rankings are no longer possible. I believe that it was possible with Morgan Le Fay, I think, maybe, actually, or maybe even not. I don't remember. If you do remember, let me know in the comments down below. I don't know if 1 to 2% was viable with Morgan Le Fay. I do remember, though, that there was about 330,000 players for Morgan Le Fay's first Pestilence run, and so that meant 1% when it was about 3,300. So I think some people still got the 1 to 2% on the latter end of it for Morgan Le Fay, because after top 5,000, that means anyone from 5,001 to about 6,000-ish, would get a top 1 to 2% rating. So I think that was still possible. But as the population of the server, the population of the game has declined, that there's just been less people to allow us to get into this top 1 to 2%. And because this is actually counted within the overall structure, these no longer become possible. I don't know how it's going to be like now in Morgan Le Fay's run now, because a lot of people have 7-star, but there's going to be even less people competing in Morgan Le Fay, Famine, Third Pass, and beyond. War Second Pass. Our numbers of players have gone down, especially those who are able to rank and who are actually playing the game. So what I would like to see from them, and I don't know if this is possible within their own structure of leaderboards, is to eliminate these the actual numbers to be eliminated from the actual calculation. That way, that the people who get top 5,000, great for them. They still get the score. But the top 1 to 2% is for everyone outside of the top 5,000 to be calculated. I don't know if this is actually physically possible with them, but it just feels really bad that basically you go from this ranking to 3 to 4% with basically this screwed. So you're losing out on 80 shards, essentially. The difference between top 5,000 and 3 to 4%. 40 shards here and 30 shards here, so 70 shards. And so you're missing out on 70 shards of Archangel that you just can't get because you can't get to here, right? And it just feels bad a little bit. Now, I know there's no rush to get to 7-star for these characters, but some people do like pushing a little bit harder. And yes, if I wanted this one, I should have pushed a little bit harder. I probably could have. I was just lazy over the holidays, like a lot of other people were. But it just still doesn't feel good anyways, and I hope that this is something that they can affect in the future. And this kind of raises another question as well. What's going on with this game? So we've seen from, 330,000 from Morgan Le Fay's first ranking in April to 200, let's be generous, let's just say 210,000 for the end of the year, basically in Marvel Strike Force 2022. So we've gone 8 months, and we've declined on a ranking player base by over 100,000. This, to me, does not feel great, and it makes me wonder what's happening with this game. Where are all the people going? Why are they not ranking? Is the player base actually disappearing? Probably. There's a lot of reasons why people have been quitting. I have people message me all the time telling me that they're getting tired of things, that they're getting tired of the way the game is run. They're tired about the month-long events. So many things that burn them out. Burnout is a very serious thing when it comes to this game. And actually, I've really felt, it's funny because I've been away for like a week, that I've really felt that it gave me the time to recharge, but also reflect on Marvel Strike Force as a whole, right? And so I have been still competing with my events. I've been trying to clear this events as well as I can. My Festival of Frost is still doing pretty well. I think I'm on course to get 750k, but I can definitely admit that there is a lot in this game that kind of can burn people out pretty easily, because you have to be on top of your game basically every day if you want to complete the events. And I think that's, it's not a surprise. It's like, well, you're not going to get stuff for free. But I feel it's that push. Because if people, take a day off they get screwed out of something. And I think that's the part that leads to the burnout. The part that they can't even take a single day break without missing something important. And especially when it comes down to things like character unlocks. Now, luckily for us, December's Festival of Frost is not directly associated to a character. However, I think that when we get back to January, because US Agent is allegedly the January, and we'll find that out on Friday's blog post, I'm sure, is the January month-long character, that we're going to feel that crunch again. And it makes me scared, because I don't want to see this player base decline as fast as it seems to be. When we look at over 100,000 players have quit, that's a third of the player base between, April and December, and that's concerning. Am I being too overly concerned about this? Maybe. I would love to hear what your guys' thoughts are in the comments down below, because I am genuinely concerned about the health of this game, and I'm concerned about where this is leading into the new year and what's going to happen in 2023. I hope you guys don't take this as a negative video, because I am doing my best to be as positive as I can in December. But seeing the numbers does, raise some questions and make me wonder, where things are headed right now. And, if things can decline and say, I'm being conservative, maybe I'm being conservative. 100,000 players in 8 months, what happens in another year from now? If they repeat the apocalypse structure for a second time, is this going to push more people away without bringing the game back to a healthier state where it didn't push people to quit the game? That's what I'm concerned about. Anyways, let me know all that in the comments down below. I want to hear what your thoughts are, both about, the death event and the leaderboard, but also your thoughts on how things are going right now, with the apparent decline of the player base. So that's everything for just now. We're going to be back to the regular Boilon scheduling pretty soon here. I am back home. Just need to, take a breather a little bit, and there may be a video tomorrow, there may be not. Otherwise, the next video would be the blog post, and from there, we'll have them daily videos back again. So thanks, everyone, for, letting me take this break. I haven't taken a holiday break in such a long time, and I hope you guys all had a great Christmas and whatever holiday stuff you guys did. So until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.